You know, this could very well be one of the most important videos I've ever done. So I talked about the QAnon thing with the MKUltra deal, and I've looked a little bit more into this, found a couple more puzzle pieces, and I think it's important that I talk about this again. qmap.pub, and then I search for the word MKUltra, all one word. Scroll down to that one particular area. Why is big pharma essential? Now, first of all, he replies to one of his own or another Anon's question. MKUltra was a success and went into implementation. It is just no longer called MKUltra. That was the development program name. So he says, why is big pharma essential? Expand your thinking past cures. Think Google, new Pixel phone. Think Apple versus Samsung. Why was BlackBerry destroyed? As you know, last phone they made, I think, was 2018. The company's finished. Why was BlackBerry destroyed? And here I am giving Jean-Claude a hard time when we go out. Dude, you've got an 8-year-old BlackBerry. Get rid of the thing. We can't even do a group text message without you privately texting us back in reply. Like, get rid of that stupid thing. Turns out he might have had the best phone ever. That none of this crap can happen to him. That I'm about to read you. We can guide you, but you must organically uncover the truth. They are watching. Archive everything offline. So that's the Q post. I've already read you that before, but I gotta reread it so you see where I'm going. One of the final posts on MKUltra, he links to the Sun website, UK website, CIA MKUltra, mind control drugs, hypnosis, electric documents. Program dev ongoing under offshore, not domestic, tangent agency. Covert funding. Animals first, then the humans. Humans were 1988. 71% average success rate. Targeted mental criteria designated as blank. He won't fill in the blank. Mental institutions and therapists to program specialists. Cocktail regimen. 4 times a day. Brain intercept administered by blank. And he says hint. Links to another site. Brain signals action. Whatever from the NIH.gov website. WIA military personnel targets of the program. PTSD plus. Clandestine black ops. Zero affiliation. Something out of a movie. Fiction. The hole is deep. So, I want to just start reading you some recent news. Little pieces of tidbits here and there. And I come to a conclusion of, it sounds like Q's right. And this is very disturbing. And it just makes me think of, thank God President Trump got in there in the nick of time. Because if Hillary had won, there would be no Q stuff probably being posted. God knows what. And this stuff I'm about to talk about, mind control, brainwashing, your phone doing it right next to you potentially. We may not know about it, and they'd be doing it. They'd be using it, and they'd be progressing it massively. Why did BlackBerry go away? Because they didn't have those chipsets and the circuitry that apparently Google and Android, all these Android phones have, and I'm assuming Apple too, because he listed them. So here's an article from arstechnica.com. Ars Technica. U.S. government, this is new by the way, this is January 2020. U.S. government-funded Android phones come pre-installed with unremovable malware. You know he's talking about this article is talking about the Obama phones, right? You do know that, right? Phones were sold to low-income people under the FCC's Lifeline Assistance Program. I wonder if some of these low-income people who are also typically on welfare and other government programs, if the government has their DNA, if they go to the health centers and stuff, get DNA, blood taken, I wonder if the government knows some of these people suffer from certain illnesses based on their DNA. And I wonder if the government would use said phone that they've given this person for free to maybe manipulate that person with this patented, which I'm going to read you in a second, patented technology that can do just such a thing from your cell phone. I'm going to get to that last. An Android phone subsidized, this is all under Obama, by the U.S. government for low-income users comes pre-installed with malware that cannot be removed without making the device cease to work. Researchers reported on Thursday. This was about a week ago. The UMX U686CL is provided by Virgin Mobile's Assurance Wireless program. Huh. Virgin Mobile, huh? Virgin Mobile CEO. We got a Wikipedia. Here we go. I haven't done this yet. My brain's saying go look at this up. Virgin Mobile is a wireless communications brand used in 7 different independent brand licensees worldwide. Virgin Mobile branded wireless communication services are available in Colombia, United Kingdom, Ireland, Canada, Chile, Russia, France, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Poland, South Africa, and Mexico. Virgin Mobile branded services used to be offered in Australia, Singapore, India, Qatar, and the United States. Used to be, huh? Each Virgin Mobile. All right, so who is the CEO? CEO of Virgin Mobile. And something just tells me Dan Schulman is to just hit space and type in Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein sued by state U.S. Virgin Islands. Leslie Wexner accuses Jeffrey Virgin. Not real sure. Maybe something I could look for another time. Virgin Mobile. I'm not seeing any Virgin Mobile ties to him. Anyways, and this wasn't part of what I was going to talk to you about anyways. I just had a thought, well, let me just take a peek. The program is often referred to as the Obama phone because it expanded in 2008 when President Barack Obama took office. That particular phone I mentioned, the UMX U686CL, runs Android and is available for $35 for qualified users. Researchers at Malwarebytes said on Thursday that the device comes with some nasty surprises. Representatives of Sprint, the owner of now Virgin Mobile, meanwhile said it didn't believe the apps were malicious. The first is heavily obfuscated malware that can install adware and other unwanted apps without the knowledge or permission of the user. Android/Trojan.dropper.agent.umx contains striking similarities to 2 other Trojan droppers. For one, it uses identical text strings and almost identical code. And for another, it contains an encoded string that, when decoded, contains a hidden library named com.android.google.bridge.liblmp. And by the way, a library in this instance is not a library you go read a book. For example, my little trading bot program uses a Binance library that somebody created. So it's a little DLL file. I import that DLL file into my project when I'm building my application into the project before I compile it. And I have all kinds of different functionality I can now use that I don't have to program myself. I can just tap into that library and just make it do what I need it to do, real simply. So, for one, it uses identical text strings and almost identical code, and for another, it contains an encrypted or encoded string that, when decoded, contains a hidden library named com.android.google.bridge.liblmp. So, it's an encoded string, meaning it's gibberish if you look at it. You don't know what it is. But if you decode it, which they did, it contains a hidden string, a hidden library, meaning that like a DLL file, but on Android it's not necessarily a DLL. Whatever, library file named com.android.google.bridge.liblmp. Once the library is loaded into memory, it installs software Malwarebytes calls an Android/Trojan.hidden ads. It aggressively displays ads. Malwarebytes researcher Nathan Collier said company users have reported that the hidden library installs a variant of hidden ads, but the researchers were unable to reproduce that installation, possibly because the library waits some amount of time before doing so. The malware that installs these programs is hidden in the phone's settings app. That makes it virtually impossible to uninstall, since the phone can't operate properly without it. Quote, uninstall the settings app and you just made yourself a pricey paperweight, Collier said. The second unpleasant surprise delivery by that phone is something called Wireless Update. While it provides a mechanism for downloading and installing phone updates, it also loads a barrage of unwanted apps without permission. The app is a variant of AddUps, an app from a China-based company by the same name. In 2016, researchers caught AddUps surreptitiously collecting user data, by the way, on hundreds of thousands of low-cost cell phones from BLU. Again, there's the China connection. Hillary Clinton, China. Joe Biden, China. Most Democrats, China. So, again, the other thing was it can install things besides ads, and you won't even know what's happening. No permission asked, no permission needed, it just does it. That's one thing, so keep that in mind. Let me move on to the next thing. Fitbit. The little band thing, it monitors your health, your heart rate, when you're sleeping, when you're awake, it monitors all your activity. Google, as we know, recently, last year sometime, I believe is when I heard the news. In 2019, I believe that's when it took place. Fitbit was purchased by Google for a pretty heavy-duty price tag. So, what benefit does that have for Google? They know when you're sleeping. They know when, just like Santa Claus. He knows when you're sleeping, knows when you're awake, knows when your heart rate's up, knows all kinds of stuff about you. And let's just say that your cell phone with the MKUltra nonsense on it, capabilities, needs to hit you with these frequencies while you're sound asleep. When you're at that theta state of mind or whatever, or deep sleep, bingo, get him. Nail him. His phone's on right next to his freaking bed. Nail him or her. Follow me? So someone sent me another video, or not necessarily another one, but a video from Richie from Boston. I will link that one, which I have here. It's called "Television is the Devil and the Patents to Prove It." Posted November 26, 2019, a couple months ago. And in this video, number 6, which I'll just share my screen real quick so you can see it. In the video number 6, a specific digital frequency can be customed, designed to be sent to the end user of Hulu, your Hulu TV, to produce a specific physical event. All that is needed for the computer to design this frequency is a sample of the victim's DNA. Huh. That's interesting. Where could they get all these things? Give you a cell phone that has the capability, know when precisely to program you, Fitbit, but that DNA thing, how is Google and the deep state going to get DNA from you? Oh. You ever hear of a company called 23andMe? Send us your DNA, we'll tell you your history. Michelle White Dove said, don't ever do that. And if you decide to do it anyways, do it anonymously where they don't know it's you. And I still wouldn't do it, okay? 23andMe founder was former wife, divorced now, of Google founder. It was either Sergey Brin or Larry Page. One of those two guys, again, the founders of Google, was married to her. And, a number of years ago, not too far back, but a number of years ago, they divorced. And now she runs 23andMe, collecting your DNA. And the other sister of hers is the CEO of YouTube. Interesting. So when someone like me comes out and says, guys, I've got some breaking news information, this might be the most important video I've ever done in my life, they'll know who it is. Oh, J Snip Eyes, that damn J Snip Oregon. Exposing my entire family bloodline and the criminality that we were trying to do, maybe even have already been doing it. So, there's no more Blackberries. Ericsson, Nokia, gone. You only have pretty much Samsung and these a few other little Android phone makers. And Google again, has their own phone. Would you like to see it? My dumbass owns it. Here it is. Here's my my Google Pixel 3, not the 4. But the 3 is the one specifically mentioned by QAnon. Isn't that amazing? So while I sleep at night, I haven't given my DNA away. Although, Joe, how long you been alive? You ever been to the doctor? How do you know that it didn't somehow get back to somewhere somehow? You would be correct. You'd be absolutely correct. You don't think if they want people's DNA they haven't already figured out, we need to start buying out all these companies that do blood work. When they go send their blood work to the lab, we get a little copy of the information without anyone ever knowing. I mean, that's possible. Q didn't say that, but I'm just telling you it's possible. But they've got 23andMe. So do you think, again, it's possible the deep state knows everything about you, DNA, bloodline, any conditions you have? Oh, that guy's ripe. We already done tests for 40 years now, or 50 or 60 years, however long this crap's been going on, MKUltra. We know exactly 71% rating. Of those 71% that were success rated, what was the key thing? Oh, the ones that had this issue, every time we got them. It worked every time on those guys. Oh, well, let's find someone who has DNA that says they've got that little issue. Oh, fantastic. We'll give them a phone. Well, they don't need assistance. They don't need the $35 Obama phone. Oh, they're actually earning a decent wage? Yeah. Well, that's okay. They probably own one of our other Android phones. Even better than the junky $35 phone from Virgin Mobile. Now owned by Sprint. Yeah, they have the Android phone, done. Oh, they have an Apple iPhone, yep, done. They got it, no problem. Got that covered. So we got their DNA, got the phone they're using. We got the Fitbit app. We know when they're sleeping at night. We know just when to nail them. And I was thinking today, I said, I know I'm going to do this video today, but I was just thinking. All this information is super, super top secret. You can't get a Freedom of Information Act request. You'll get nothing but redacted documents. It doesn't exist. We don't know what you're talking about. It doesn't have. You're not allowed to know. You're not allowed to know. And you are taught to believe the reason we're not allowed to know, well, we have enemies in the world. If we're able to know, then our enemies are able to know what our government's doing. They have to be able to do stuff in secret. It's just a fact of life. It's, we just have to live. It's the way, this day and age, man, this day and age, security, we have to allow them to have that privacy. And little did you know, far worse than that, because you might say, well, that's needed. Our country has to operate like that. That's normal. Far worse is going on. And Q is well aware of it. So I was posting on the 8kun.com, or is it .net forum. There's 2 sections in there for QAnon stuff. So I just posted, hey Q, you mentioned this post. I put a picture of the post. You mentioned this post. You said something about the Google Pixel and then iPad to, or Apple to Samsung. Is there any phone that's safe? I'm hoping we could get a response, to be honest with you. I would highly advise you to go to the 8kun board, which is 8kun.net. It is .net. And then you can click on enter. And then if you just do a quick file, Control F or whatever to do a search on the page, QAN, quantity, no, it was not Q, what was it called? Let me see if I can find it. Hang on one second. Okay, one of them is called Q Patriot Research. That's one of them. And then the other one was down below that, I think. HN Masjid, no. I'm not seeing it now. So maybe that was the main one. I found the other one. I posted in both of them, honestly. The other one is another one. Yeah, so Q Patriot Research, I think, is maybe the one you're going to want to be after. I would, and you don't have to sign up. You just go in there and post, basically. I would honestly maybe even post this link, this YouTube link, in there, and say, Q, can you tell us a bit more about this? And number one, are there any phones that are safe? Do we all need to go out and buy a bunch of 2018 used BlackBerry phones now, or what? Like, is that the only safe thing left? Is there? Has the program been shut down? Because he also said, I'll tell you this, he, whoever Q is, Q map, I'm going back there, because they also said Haspel knows. And they're talking about, the title was Gina Haspel, she's the head of the CIA right now, must find and terminate CIA MKUltra program. And someone said, were the shooters all branded with this mark, some kind of mark? And then they replied and said, the key is the therapist. Now, I want to remind you, speaking of therapists, one of the therapists from our country was involved in one of these kids that shot up a school or building or something. And I can't remember if it was the one in Aurora, Colorado. Was it the one Sandy Hook? Was it the one in Florida, where David Hogg was, or that one? Parkland or whatever it was called, shooting. One of them somehow went over to New Zealand after that shooting, and then all of a sudden was allegedly the same therapist for the shooting guy in New Zealand that did that, shot up the mosque or whatever. So I remember that. So just want to throw that out there. His reply here was, the key is the therapist. Weak minds. Use of symbolism to push strength and belonging to something powerful. Controlled. Duty. Find the link, common denominator. Error made. And again, I think the error might be this person I'm telling you about, this therapist. I don't remember their name now. Name can be found due to filing. Fake. Background. Office. Other patients. Relocation imminent. Now, granted, he posted this in 2018. This June 2018. I don't remember when I first heard about the New Zealand connection. It was after that, because the shooting happened after that, I believe. So, anyways, he may be talking about this exact person. Conspiracy risk. End for now. Haspel must find and terminate classified program. She knows. Q. Q says she knows. So someone after that posts, so is Q telling us Haspel knows of the program but doesn't know where it's located at? She needs to locate it and terminate it? Time to dig for Ramos's therapist. That was I think the shooter in Texas. Remember that one? So someone posted at Snowden, maybe it was Anon, where are you? Not Russia, eyes on. You are now a liability. Are you helping Jack at Twitter? Project Deep Dream, version 2. We will never forget. ES failed. Where's ES? John Perry Barlow, define the end. The day of reckoning is upon us. John 3:16. And then he posts this thing. Again, I tried to click on this before. It was a Jason Bourne Wikipedia entry. But he says, think Bourne, covert ops classified, career installed. Think cell. Past drops go missing. So anyways, we have a major problem. This could be going on right now. People with certain conditions that they know about, they're nailing them with the cell phone while they sleep at night or at whatever the proper time to hit them. I don't know. But I've got a damn Google Pixel phone, and again, without an answer from Q, what am I going to do? Go buy another? Oh, I'll go buy the Samsung Galaxy 57, S57 version out now. Oh, that one's got the same architecture. You're just as screwed. Oh. Well, let me go get the LG. Yeah, you're screwed too. Well, let me go get... Now you're screwed too. So, basically, no cell phone for the rest of your life, or what? Like, what's the alternative? Like, what is happening here? So... Anyways, I'm hoping Q can really tell us, is there any safe phone? That is the key thing. Even if you don't post my video, if you post anything over there, and a bunch of people should to get it in front of their faces so they see it. Q, is there any cell phone that's safe regarding the whole Google Pixel comment you made or whatever. Program MK, or better yet, regarding the MKUltra thing you talked about. So that's it, people. Take care.